Friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos, but today is day 2 of Vlogmas and we're going to use this as a little bit of catch up about budget and lots of other stuff. This is basically a no makeup situation, so I'm sorry I didn't prep more to get ready for this video, but I want to keep the momentum going and I want to keep to the schedule of uploading for Vlogmas, and that means uploading every day until Christmas for me. So there's so much that I need to bring you up to speed with, and I just want to thank you guys for still being here, for still being interested in watching my videos, and also interested in my financial journey, which I am going to be continuing even during Vlogmas. I'm going to be doing, I believe tomorrow, I'm going to be filming a budget with me video. It's going to be part of Vlogmas. I can't do really both. It's going to have to count as a Vlogmas video, but I'm going to be bringing you up to speed on my budget. And also during this month, we're going to be catching up together, and I'll let you know what happened with my husband's retirement, give you an update on my nephew, his budget journey and what he's been up to. Also what my plans are for Christmas, and am I budgeting or not, or am I just kind of winging it? Last night, I have to give full transparency. Yesterday I had a coupon for Kohl's, and it was one of those unicorn 40% off coupons that you get just a couple times a year if you're lucky. And one popped up in my email and a second one popped up in my Kohl's app. So it was like kind of meant to be. It was like, hey, get out there, try to get some deals, try to get some Christmas shopping out of the way. So we didn't plan on actually doing this. My husband brought pizza home for dinner. We were just gonna have like a quick dinner and like get back into our decorating, because if you know me, and maybe even know me through this channel and me talking about it, decorating for Christmas has always been something that we had done way early, like mid-November, and always by the Thanksgiving holiday. We're so behind this year. I don't know what is going on with us, but it's bananas. So we were just gonna continue to decorate last night, and I was like, you know what? I got a reminder email that said, you know, time is running out or something like that, you know, because the coupon was only good for yesterday. So I took some footage in Kohl's and I'll insert it here. If you want to skip over it, feel free. It's just me kind of walking around, tell you what I'm looking for. But I'm going to insert it here and then I'll be right back.
All right, so I'm actually looking for a holiday blanket or holiday quilt set, because for some reason I can't find the one we already had. So that is my first priority. And then I'm going to see if there's any good deals on Christmas gifts that I can pick up. This is the kind of set I had before. It was a quilt set, but I'm not as crazy about the patchwork, although I do like the deer. But they don't have very much, and it's honestly because I don't think stores stock as much, because maybe they don't want as much at the end of the season to like have to mark down. But this one is $2.59. No way. But I think it's okay. And that's not the sale price. It's all on sale, but I think the coupon works on cuddle duds. I'm not sure, but I'm just not finding a whole lot, so I might have to give up on the whole bedspread quilt situation. I would like to have one of these silk pillowcases. Satin is probably just as good, if not better, but they're $50 on sale for one. So no, it would be good, you know, for hair breakage and because my hair is dry and curly to begin with, but I'm not going to pay $50 for that, even if I do have a coupon. I mean, these hand towels would make good gifts. They're $4.99 on sale, and then I would get 40 off that. So I might get some of these for like my coworkers. These are pretty cute. I have tons of little gifty stuff, more than I've ever noticed before, but lots of novelty gifts. Some of them are really cute. I'm gonna take a peek, see if anything stands out. But there's just like rows and rows.
Okay, so that was my trip to Kohl's. Not very exciting, but I can tell you by the time we left, we had crossed off so much from our Christmas list. We got really great deals, 40% off on top of them. At one point, my husband lost his phone in the store. It was such a drama. He was looking at tennis shoes and trying them on. Do you guys say tennis shoes or do you say sneakers? Because I'm from the Northeast. Well, maybe some of you guys say that. Originally, I'm from Pittsburgh, born there. We always said tennis shoes, but I know some people say sneakers. So if you hear me say tennis shoes and you're like, what? I'm talking about sneakers. So he was trying on tennis shoes and he actually set his phone down on top of a box and then he just walked away. He just walked away. And so I'm calling it, you know, I'm trying to like hear, you know, for the vibration because he had it on vibrate instead of ringer. And actually there was a girl in the shoe section, her and her mom, and they found the phone. And I was like, oh my gosh. So then I'm scrambling because I want to give her $10. You know what I mean? Like, well, that's what I was able to find in cash in my purse. I'm scrambling to find cash. My purse is a mess. I'm the most disorganized I've ever been in my life, literally, with so many things, including my purse, which is crazy because like all the great financial advisors always say, if you don't put your cash away correctly and you don't respect your money by, you know, not folding it or crumpling it or shoving it in a pocket or whatever, then your money won't respect you. There's some kind of adage to it. So if you know me, first of all, I don't usually have cash, and the cash I did have was shoved in the bottom of my purse. So I found $10 and I told my husband, I'm like, just go give it to her. You know, she's young and she would probably be thrilled, you know, a little reward, you know, and of course she saved us a ton of money by being honest and helping us find the phone. Well, she was gone. We circled the store and we must have been circling in opposite directions because we could not find her, and I feel terrible. But I digress. So I was looking for a couple things. We got these great deals and got home and totally exhausted and did not get back to decorating because by the time we got home, it was probably almost 9 o'clock. And then I had work today. So there was like no way. But anyways, so what I want to talk to you guys about, well, tomorrow's a payday. So that's why I'm doing the budget with me. I think a lot of you guys are still interested in that because that was the bread and butter of this channel, and I want to get back to that. And you guys know I use real numbers. I don't use estimates. I tell you guys what's in my paycheck, and for some of you it's, you know, more than what you make, less than what you make, the same as what you make. I mean, we're all over the gamut in the budgeting community, right? But I think it's important to show the real numbers because number one, I'm doing these videos to share with you and to have, you know, a good YouTube channel, a good, in my opinion, successful YouTube channel that I have viewers. And also when I'm doing my budget in these notebooks, that's to help me too. So I need to use real numbers because I look back at that and I'm like, okay, this is a tool for me to use too. Anyway, so one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was MLM. And some of you know that that is direct marketing. And I did something I probably, well, I feel like I'm regretting in a way. When I was soul searching this year and trying to figure out, you know, what do I want to do? Usually I'm a pretty creative person. Usually I like to create videos, or I like to do something crafty, or I love to write. I've always been a writer, not a published writer, but you know, you don't have to be published to write or to consider yourself a writer. But there's always something in me that just strives to create. And if I'm not doing one thing, I'm on to the next. So that's kind of a twofold thing. Sometimes that can be good, sometimes that can be not so good. Because sometimes you end up with a craft room full of materials for different hobbies that you start and you abandon, and maybe you get back to them a year later, or maybe you get inspired to restart something. But regardless, I decided I was going to sell paparazzi jewelry. And I know that not a lot of people agree with those types of marketing pyramids, whatever you want to call it. I respect anybody's opinion about it. But I started to buy some inventory and go live on Facebook. And while I really enjoy it to a point, I quickly realized that I will never sell all the pieces that I buy, and that I could be stuck with them potentially unless I give them away, or, you know, have some kind of like going out of business sale, and if I stop doing it. And I just realized that that probably wasn't the avenue for me. There's some really, really successful people who do it, who sell and are consultants, and that inspired me. But I don't think that I'm really the best person at it. And I can tell you way back when, like when I was first out of college, I was like, I'm gonna sell Mary Kay. And I'll tell you, I ended up being my own best customer. And so that really didn't help things, and it doesn't help when you're trying to make extra money. And I guess I did this as more of a hobby, that I thought, well, I can really knock this out of the park, and I can be, you know, this really successful consultant and sell all this jewelry. And I'm not that good at it. So I'm going to continue to do it. This is my setup. This is some jewelry right here. I'm going to continue to do it until I go through the inventory that I bought, but I haven't bought anything since the first week of November. So I'm like gradually phasing myself out of that. But this is one hobby or side hustle that I need to see through until the end, or as close to the end as I can, so I can get rid of the inventory that I've purchased, because I just don't want to be stuck with things. So that's one major update. And I say it's major because anything that you do as a hobby, as a side hustle, as a project, anything that you do that it requires you to invest money up front, it's a big deal. So I wanted to bring you guys up to speed, and also wanted to tell you, you know, if you're somebody who really frowns on those types of businesses, whether it be Rodan and Fields, Mary Kay, I don't even know a whole lot of direct sales, 31, or paparazzi. If you're like, hey, that's just not, you know, sustainable. It's not something that most people are successful at. You have to be on the top tier. I totally get it. I totally get it. But it was something I wanted to try, and I did have fun with it. And I'm hoping that I can continue until I get rid of what I have. So that's one update. That's something I kind of dabbled in starting the end of summer. I was really thinking about it, and it just was very short-lived for me. So I feel like in a lot of ways in my life, I've been a quitter lately. You know, I kind of stopped making videos because I didn't feel inspired, and then I got into paparazzi. I feel like I just was still trying to find my niche, but I'm always drawn back to YouTube. And I feel like this is where I feel most at home as far as creating goes. And this isn't my first channel. I used to have like another channel where I would show shopping hauls, decorating, some cooking, you know, meal planning, things like that. And I really, really enjoyed that. But again, it was just something where I was like, do I really want to get my camera out when I'm cooking dinner tonight? And, you know, you slowly phase out of your good habits and the habits that make your channel work. And then all of a sudden you don't have a channel any longer. That's kind of what I did here. So I did some soul searching again, and I really thought about it, and I was like, well, you know what? It doesn't matter if you're so inspired to do a video every single day or every single week even. You know, there's going to be some times where maybe I could pre-record, but what matters is just being consistent and still staying the course. And that's what brings me full circle to budgeting. The way I have stayed debt-free, and for me, debt-free is not owing anything besides our car payments and our house. We are credit card debt-free. We're loan debt-free. I paid off my student loans earlier in the year. I think I shared a video with you guys about that. So we are completely debt-free except for cars and our house. And of course we have your everyday bills like utilities and such, you know, so on and so forth. But the way I've stayed debt-free is to maintain my consistency and my dedication to my budget. And I want to treat this channel and other areas of my life the same way. So what I've done is I got out a notebook that I already had. You know, I'm a notebook collector. I'm not always a notebook user, which is unfortunate, but I'm a notebook collector because I just love them. And I love what a blank notebook represents. It's just like a new beginning, fresh ideas, you know, maybe you're working on a story, you know, or you're just journaling. I just love what a new notebook represents. This one happens to be by Mead. It's the Cambridge line, and it's just one I picked up at Target. I think maybe these are like $10 or something like that, maybe $10, $12, because it is a nice hardback book. But I got this out, and this notebook is so incredibly nice. It has a space for dates, it has lines, and then a blank area below where it says thoughts. So I'm trying to show you what it looks like on the inside. But the reason why I share this with you is because I wanted to, I guess, start to track, almost bullet journal style, my interests, my motivation and inspiration, whether that be something that's working for me or something that I need to improve upon. Journal some things that I'm working on, some plans, of course, goals. It's all about the goals, small and large. I think goals are what keep us going sometimes. You know, it keeps us driving and staying the course, you know, whether you have a major goal in mind or you have several small goals that are in a series perhaps. I'm more to the thought process of having smaller goals now, because I think that the quicker you achieve something, the quicker you're able to tick something off your to-do list, the more that gives you motivation to stay the course. And I keep saying that, but it's so true. I think that the more you can reward yourself for a job well done or a job that's seen through the end, something that you've completed, I think that the more likely you are to press forward and create the next goal and the next goal and the next goal. And that's what it's all about. It's all about us driving forward and thinking ahead and staying the course. So, I just encourage you guys, if you're struggling at all, and if anything that I have said in this particular video resonates with you as far as rediscovering your motivation or rekindling your inspiration, whatever it is that you're working on right now. It could be your budget, it could be your financial health, it could be a hobby, it could be you getting back to your writing, you know, it could be finishing a course or maybe finishing a degree. There's so many things out there that we do to self-improve. And I think that it's really important to have written documentation and journaling of those things so we can look back and see where we struggle. Maybe we can start to recognize that and then learn from it. You know, this year too, I tried to diet, I tried to lose weight, and I did to a point, and then I stopped. And then it was like, okay, and then I gained 5 to 7 pounds back. Not cool, you know, because I had a larger goal in mind, but I was ticking off those smaller goals, couple pounds at a time, and it was really working for me. Now, this book, this particular, I guess I'm going to keep calling it a tool, is going to help me with that too. I want to write down where I'm struggling with that, what I'm doing to improve, how I am staying consistent, and use that to help me advance. So this was a really chatty video, but I needed to bring you up to speed on things that are working for me, like I said in my previous video, things that are helping me stay on track, stay accountable. And when I say stay accountable, I'm just talking about staying accountable to ourselves, not to anybody else, because you don't owe anyone an explanation about why you might be struggling or where you need to improve, regardless of what areas of your life it's in. It's just staying accountable to yourself. So I encourage you to grab a notebook. It could be a nice pretty one like this that I pulled out of my stash, or it could be a regular 99-cent spiral bound single subject notebook where you just start to write. and just keep going. And even if you find yourself stuck, like, you know, I know what I want to do, but I'm not sure how to get it down on paper, just start jotting down ideas. It doesn't have to be in perfect list format. Start brain dumping. And I hate that phrase. And it's something, it's a phrase that is so used. It's just so commonly used. But just get your thoughts down on paper. You know, you don't have to stay on the lines. You don't have to make perfect little boxes to check off. Just start scribbling. Just start note-taking for yourself. And, you know, things will start to take shape. Things will start to form. And this will be something that you look back on and you're like, okay, this is where I rediscovered my plans, my goals, my, you know, just plans of action. So that's what it's all about. So I wanted to get on here. I want to talk to you guys about that because I think it's very, very important. I think it's important that we do this in order to keep improving. And so if you're with me on this journey of financial health, or if you're with me on this journey of getting reorganized or resetting, just like my channel name says now, you know, plan, budget, reset, then I think that this would be really helpful for you. What I want to do, if enough people talk about this and tell me that this is something that's working for them, I'd like to do some live videos, maybe have like a smaller group where we can chit chat and we can share ideas together. And I think that those little, you know, offshoot groups that can be created can be very, very helpful. You know, taking this larger community and making a smaller micro community out of it for people who are really, really invested in doing stuff like this. And I'm not talking about doing anything like that to make money or to charge in any way. That would be crazy on my part because I'm just a small potatoes YouTuber. You know, I'm just here to, you know, share my thoughts and share my journey with you. So I'm just talking about, you know, perhaps in the future when we get a little momentum going and when I'm back on this channel and proving myself to you that I'm here to stay, that, you know, a little micro group, breakout group could be helpful for us. I know that I would enjoy other people's ideas and feedback, and maybe that's something that you would too. So thank you to you guys that watched my video yesterday and who stayed until the end and even commented that you did. I always think it's really interesting, you know, to know that who's here for the entire spiel and who's here just checking in, and either one of those is fine, but it really touches my heart and inspires me even more when I know people are here for the whole thing and they want to hear everything that I might have to offer and to say. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Happy day 2 of Vlogmas, day 2 of December, day 2 of the holiday season, if you count December 1st as the kickoff to that. I'm really excited to finish our decorating this weekend, which is, again, bananas that we are not done yet, but it's okay. You know what? As long as it's done by the time Christmas rolls around, that's okay. You know what? That's going to be all right. So again, I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope that you tune in tomorrow for day 3 because I have lots of different things planned for this month. Take care.